Hi, I am Henry. Welcome everyone to this video. This video tells you the secrets that no one has told you till date. If you know these secrets, you will become rich in 2026. And this video will also help you a lot in improving your English language.
Money is not what you think. It isn't paper, it isn't coins, and it definitely isn't luck. Money is a battlefield, a silent war, and most people walk into it unarmed. You hustle, you struggle, you sacrifice, yet you still lose ground. Why? Because you are fighting an invisible war without learning the strategies used by the winners.
Imagine entering a tournament where every opponent studies the rules, memorizes the strategies, and practices every day while you enter with nothing but hope. Who will survive? Who will rise? Not the one who works hardest, but the one who understands the mechanics behind the game they're playing. Money follows the same principle.
The wealthy are not always smarter than you. They are not braver, luckier, or more deserving. They simply play a different version of the game, one where knowledge acts as armor and strategy acts as a weapon. They know what others never bother to learn, and that alone gives them enormous power in a world ruled by financial currents. You have been trained since childhood to follow a script. Go to school, obey, work hard, save money, retire slowly, and hope nothing goes wrong. But this script was never written for your benefit. It was created to keep society stable, predictable, and controlled. You were never meant to rise above the limits set for you. Look around. People grind every day yet stay in the same place. They earn just enough to survive, lose most of it to expenses, and save what inflation destroys. This is not failure, it is design. The system you trust is not broken. It is functioning exactly as intended, rewarding the informed and trapping the unaware. If you want a different outcome, you must step outside the illusions that keep you powerless. You must develop a new mindset, sharp, strategic, and disciplined. Throughout history, thinkers who understood human behavior have revealed the truths society hides. One of those minds lived centuries ago yet still influences power and survival today. This mindset doesn't demand cruelty or deception, it demands clarity. It demands seeing reality for what it is, not what you wish it would be. When you develop this level of awareness, money stops being a mystery. It becomes a tool you can control instead of something that controls you. You are not broke because you lack potential. You are not stuck because you lack intelligence. You are trapped because you've been taught the wrong game. The rules you follow benefit others, not yourself. But the moment you learn the real rules, everything changes, the battlefield becomes visible. The first truth is simple: money is movement. It flows from the uninformed to the informed, from the impulsive to the strategic, from the fearful to the bold. When you see this flow clearly, you stop being a victim of it and start directing it. Controlling the flow is the first step toward power. Most people lose control of their money before they even touch it. Salaries are predetermined, expenses are automatic, and temptations are everywhere. Your income arrives only to pass through your hands and land in the pockets of businesses, lenders, and corporations who understand the game better than you do. The moment you start tracking your money, something strange happens. You begin to see patterns you never noticed. You realize how often your emotions make decisions for you. You notice how easily small choices shape your entire financial future. Awareness is the gateway. Once you see the leak, you finally learn how to seal it. Money responds to discipline the same way fire responds to oxygen. The more control you apply, the stronger it grows. But most people let their desires scatter their energy. They chase every impulse by every distraction and then complain about scarcity. Wealth doesn't grow in a chaotic mind. It requires order. The second truth is uncomfortable. Your lifestyle is your biggest enemy. Not the government, not the economy, not your salary, your habits. Every unnecessary purchase is a vote against your future. Every impulsive decision builds a cage around your potential. Wealth demands sacrifice. Poverty demands nothing. People say, I deserve to enjoy life. Yes, you do. But enjoyment without strategy becomes self-destruction. The wealthy enjoy life because they planned for it. The poor chase enjoyment to escape their reality. One creates freedom, the other creates dependency. The mindset makes the difference, not the income. The third truth is simple. Money multiplies only when it is given a mission. When you assign your money a purpose, it stops disappearing. Every dollar becomes a soldier fighting for your future. But when you leave your money without direction, it wanders off into meaningless desires, never returning with value. Most people think saving is enough. It isn't. Saving protects you, but investing grows you. The world silently punishes those who hold money still. Inflation eats your progress like a hidden predator. The only way to outrun it is to make your money run faster than the system designed to drain it. The fourth truth: wealth is a relationship. If you treat money with fear, it avoids you. If you treat money with ignorance, it slips away from you. But when you treat money with respect and strategy, it starts responding. Just like any relationship, it demands clarity, intention, and smart boundaries. The reason the wealthy stay wealthy is not because they earn more, it's because they think differently. They don't ask, "How much can I spend?" They ask, "How much can I grow?" They don't chase trends, they chase opportunities. They don't fear risks, they fear stagnation. And that is why the gap keeps widening. Money is not emotional. It doesn't reward hard work alone. It rewards correct work. You can work 12 hours a day and remain broke if your strategy is wrong. And someone else can work for hours and multiply their wealth because their approach is aligned with reality. The world rewards precision, not struggle. If you want to change your financial level, you must change your identity. Because your bank account is a reflection of who you are, not what you earn. A disciplined person becomes wealthy even with small income. An undisciplined person loses everything even with abundance. Your inner world shapes your outer wealth. The fifth truth: money grows in silence. While others shout, brag, and display their purchases, the truly wealthy remain quiet. They collect assets, not applause. They focus on long-term seeds instead of short-term pleasure. Noise attracts attention, but silence builds empires. People think motivation is the key to wealth. It isn't. Motivation fades. Inspiration fades, even excitement fades. What remains is consistency, the ability to do the necessary thing long after the feeling has disappeared. Wealth is a routine, not an emotion. The sixth truth: money flows to those who solve problems. Every dollar you earn is a reward for value provided. If you want more, provide more, not more time, but more impact. The world does not pay for effort, it pays for results. Understanding this changes everything. Your income is not determined by your needs, it is determined by your contribution. The world does not care if your bills are high or your struggles are deep. It cares how useful you are. When you increase your value, you increase your income automatically. You rise because you become irreplaceable. The seventh truth: money respects direction. If you do not tell your money where to go, it will follow your emotions. And emotions are terrible financial advisors. Create rules, create limits, create structure. This is how ordinary people become extraordinary. The poor ask, "How can I afford this now?" The wealthy ask, "How can I afford this later without harming my future?" One seeks instant gratification, the other seeks delayed reward. The timing of your desire determines the destiny of your wealth. You don't need a higher income to become wealthy, you need a higher standard for yourself. A standard where excuses are replaced with discipline. A standard where your future matters more than temporary pleasure. A standard where you refuse to remain average. The eighth truth: every financial decision is a seed. Some seeds grow into forests, some grow into nothing, and some grow into thorns that trap you for years. Every purchase, every investment, every choice has consequences. When you choose better seeds, you harvest better seasons. Most people fear losing money, so they never take the steps that would allow them to grow. But safety is an illusion. Doing nothing is also a risk. Staying where you are guarantees you remain where you are. Progress requires movement, and movement requires courage. The wealthy don't avoid risk. They learn to calculate it. They don't gamble blindly. They study patterns, study people, study markets. They build knowledge until risk becomes manageable. Fear disappears when understanding enters. That is the power of awareness. The ninth truth: your circle shapes your financial destiny. Surround yourself with spenders, and you will learn distraction. Surround yourself with thinkers, and you will learn discipline. Surround yourself with visionaries, and you will learn expansion. Your environment is your silent teacher. People underestimate how quickly wealth can change. One idea, one opportunity, one habit can reshape your entire life. Transformation doesn't require years, it requires clarity. Once you start thinking differently, your financial reality begins to shift instantly. The 10th truth: money rewards patience. Not the kind of patience where you wait and do nothing, but the patience where you act consistently and allow time to amplify your actions. Compounding is not magic, it is discipline multiplied across time. There will be moments when your progress feels slow, when results are invisible, and when doubt whispers loudly. These moments test you, but those who endure this silent phase eventually experience exponential growth. Wealth arrives suddenly, but is built quietly. The world wants you distracted. It wants you entertained. It wants you comfortable. Because a focused mind is dangerous, a disciplined mind is unstoppable, and a financially educated mind is uncontrollable. Once you awaken, you no longer fit into the system designed to limit you. The 11th truth: money follows clarity. When you know what you want, where you're going, and why you're doing it, your decisions become sharper. You stop wasting, you stop drifting, you stop chasing illusions. Clarity is the compass that turns chaos into direction. Your financial future is not decided by the economy, by luck, or by your upbringing. It is decided by your mindset. Two people can start from the same place and end in completely different worlds. The difference is not opportunity, it is awareness. Money is a mirror. It reflects your habits, your fears, your discipline, and your priorities. If you want to change the numbers, you must change the person behind them. Wealth is an internal upgrade long before it becomes an external transformation. The 12th truth: discipline creates freedom, not the other way around. People think freedom means doing whatever you want. But true freedom is having the resources to choose your path without fear. Freedom is not created by desire, it is created by responsibility. The moment you take responsibility for your financial life, everything changes. You stop blaming, stop complaining, stop waiting, you start acting, learning, adjusting. Responsibility is the bridge between your current life and your desired life. Most people want success without reinvention. They want wealth without change. But you cannot step into a new financial reality while carrying old habits. A new life requires a new version of you. Reinvention is not optional, it is the entrance fee to prosperity. The 13th truth: consistency beats talent. You don't need to be gifted, brilliant, or extraordinary. You need to show up every day, every decision. Every opportunity. Talent opens doors, but consistency builds kingdoms. Wealth demands solitude, not isolation, but focus. You must be willing to detach from noise, distractions, and unnecessary opinions. Greatness grows in quiet rooms, not crowded spaces. Silence sharpens your mind. Focus sharpens your future. Money is not the final goal. It is the tool that unlocks higher goals: freedom, stability, impact, legacy. When you stop chasing money and start chasing purpose, money begins chasing you. Purpose creates direction. Direction creates wealth. Your financial destiny is not written yet. It is waiting for you to choose a different path, a path of awareness, strategy, and discipline. You may not control where you started, but you control where you finish. The battlefield is visible now. The weapon is knowledge. The victory is yours to claim. The 14th truth: wealth begins the moment you stop living on autopilot. Most people repeat the same financial habits year after year, expecting different results. But nothing changes until awareness replaces routine. When you finally question your choices, you open the door to a life you never believed was possible. Every time you delay learning about money, you extend your struggle. Every time you avoid difficult truths, you strengthen the chains holding you back. Growth requires facing uncomfortable realities. The honest look at where you stand financially is the first step toward rising beyond it. The 15th truth: money amplifies your identity. If you are disciplined, money becomes a tool of expansion. If you are careless, money becomes a weapon against you. Wealth does not change who you are, it exposes who you are. Build the character first, the fortune will follow. Success begins when you treat your future self as someone worth fighting for. Every wise decision you make today protects that version of you. Every unnecessary sacrifice you avoid today becomes a burden for your future. Wealth is built by honoring the person you will become, not the impulses you feel now. Your story is not finished. You stand at the crossroads between the life designed for you and the life you choose for yourself. The world may expect you to remain average, but your potential demands more. The moment you shift your mindset, you shift your destiny. And that is how real wealth begins internally, silently, powerfully.